Oh, howdy friends, Scott Rains here, coming at you from my house to your house. Today's date is March 27th, 2020. We're all in the same boat, so we're all sitting at home quarantined, and I thought, hey, let's do some myth busting today. I'm gonna do a little education on capos. Capos have been getting a bad rap for years. So I think there's a lot of ignorance out there, and I think it's time for us to bust some of those myths. How is my hair? So I tweeted about this week. My hairdresser texted me and said they're closed till the end of April. And at first I was disappointed, but then I thought I could go back to my old hairdo. Nah. Anyway, back to capos. They've really had a bad rap for years. I see comments online and hear people talk, and I hear people say things like,
capos are for cheaters who only know how to play a few chords.
Maybe sometimes, but generally wrong.
People use capos because they don't know how to play bar chords.
Well, maybe sometimes, but most of the time, no.
That was a stupid tutorial on how to play railroad song. If you're gonna try to teach it, you should teach it right. Ed King never used a capo.
Wrong. I'll put a link to a video below of Leonard Skinner's show in Winterland, 1975. I think it was the first time they did Railroad Song live, and you will plainly see Ed King using a capo. Why do people use capos? Let me grab my guitar. Now this capo, I don't know the brand, but I really love it. It looks like that. And I put it on my neck like so. Slide it where I want, but the cool thing about this is I've lost a ton of capos. This capo I never lose because it's always there. You know, if you loosen it too much, you got to keep it up here below the nut. But you just tighten it. You don't tighten it too much because it'll throw your strings sharp. But this one, you just put enough pressure on it right there just to barely catch hold. And it's there. It's always there. So if I'm in the middle of a song, I can slide her up. So that's good. I really like that capo. So back to the myths. Capos are a crucial tool for me as an acoustic player and an electric player. Capos are for voicing. People use them for to accommodate the singer in the band. If the singer last minute decides, you know what, I think we need to lower that key a half step. So let's say, you know, you're playing this song in and the singer goes, you know what, I need to put that down a half step. Well, guess what? With a capo, you're right there. No problem. One of the main reasons I use a capo is for voicings. Open strings are very important, and I use them all the time in my playing. Very important. James Taylor is a great example of this. So let's take Fire and Rain, for example, which is in C. Now, without a capo, I don't even know how you would play that song without a capo. There's no physical way to play that song without a capo. So there's no way you could play that without a capo. Okay, let's say when James Taylor, when he first went in the studio, he went, you know what, let's do it in C. Oh, wait, no, let's do it in B. You know, let's do that song in B. I think my voice, my timbre would sound better in B. Well, here we go. You have to accommodate it up here. So I'm hitting the B, but the most important thing is the open strings, the bass note. So I can hit that bass note. Now if it's in C, I've got C as a bass note, and I've got to move up a half step here in my playing. So I have to think everything is C up here. However, I can still utilize the open strings down here. So that's a good thing. What the heck? Yeah, I thought everything was on Do Not Disturb. Anyway, another James Taylor, Carolina in My Mind. You hear all those open strings that I'm utilizing there? I mean, impossible without a capo. Voicings. All right, another use for a capo is, and this isn't a video about production and recording. However, capos are really cool in the studio or home recording when I want to... that's better. All right, let's say Take It Easy by the Eagles. Now, if I were just recording that song and I wanted it to sound big and huge and awesome, I could use a 12-string guitar, of course. I don't have a 12-string guitar, so maybe I just want to make it big by doing multiple inversions of the same guitar part. So the song's in G, so let's put it up here where the G note is actually on the 4th string. So now we're up a bit. So first I would record the open strings, and then I would go back over and I would multi-track over this. So you see what I mean? You can get these different layers and different inversions of these chords laying there. So, I mean, you can move that on up. Another cool trick, if you don't have a 12-string guitar and you want to get that effect, go to the store, buy a set of 12-string guitar strings, lay the lower ones aside, and only string an extra guitar or something with just the high strings. And after you track your original track with your normal strings, put the little bitty strings on another guitar, the same guitar, play the exact same thing, and it sounds so cool. So that's a great texture. Really cool, and it's really good in doubling solos as well. You can do some really good stuff like that. If you don't have a 12-string guitar, even if you do, it's kind of cool playing on those high strings. I'm not going to demonstrate it today, but just an idea for you. Okay, another example of voicings is, okay, so I've written this song and I've got this really cool lick I wanna do. So it utilizes open strings. You see how important those open strings are when they ring over the next notes? Those are still ringing all down there. So as you see, you've got to play that open. Let's say that's not the right key. We've got to move that up. Let's say we move it up to A. Or let's say B flat for kicks and giggles. So this is B flat. There's a B flat note. I'm going to play it like a G in G position. Yes, some people, they're not that good. It's okay to put a capo on and play for the song. It doesn't matter if, you know, some people, they can't play bar chords. Well, I don't care if I'm playing acoustic. Why the heck would I ever strum with a bar chord like this? And it really wouldn't sound good either. So there's a song in B flat. Oh man, what about my lick? I can't do my lick. Well, yeah, I can do my lick because gotta fight those harmonics a little harder there. Or, oh, well, that's a little too high. Let's put it back down to A. Let's do this in A. So I'm gonna play the A like a G. We've got the open strings. It sounds so much better than. There's a place for each of them. It depends on what you're doing. It depends on the song. Play to the song. Forget your ego. Play the song. Listen with your ears and say, hey, what sounds good with this song? If I'm strumming an acoustic and I'm matching that hi-hat, the last thing I want to do 9 times out of 10, I want a good ringing of open strings. I want it to sound... It just sounds so much better and so bright, and it fits well with the hi-hat. But there's my lick, you know, there's an A. So there's my lick. You know, so move this thing up and down. If you don't know a lot of chords, use a capo, man. Just do it. Play for the song. If you know, if the song calls for open strings, use a capo to put it where you need to do and experiment. Try different places on the neck. Say, hey, you know, I want to figure out. And the way to do that is I kind of reference off the bass notes. I say, well, the song's an F, which is another great use of the capo. If a song is in F or B flat or E flat or something like that, I mean, would you rather do this? I mean, is that better or is this better? I don't know. It depends on what the song calls for, you know? And besides recording, here's another thing. If you've got 2 or 3 guitar players in the band, why the heck would all of you be doing the same thing? Why would all of you be doing that? I mean, throw a capo on and somebody go high, somebody go low, and then somebody do the... Somebody pick the rhythm or do something with the bass line, double the bass line, do something cool. Like I say, I'm just throwing stuff out there. Every song's going to be different. Every production is going to be different. You know, your creativity, you're going to bring these things out. I'm just giving you things to consider and think about. But really, if you've got 2 guitars in the band or 3 guitars in the band, don't do the same thing. If there's only 1 guitar part going on, one of you lay out. You know, play with each other. Play off of each other. Don't play the same dadgum thing. Not always, okay, not always. I mean, sometimes it sounds good to really bang out and do the same line, but not all the time, not as a general rule. You know, music is awesome because you break rules all the time. I'm just giving you things to think about. And as a general rule, why do you have two guitars if they're always playing the same dadgum thing? So speaking of Ed and my tutorial video on Railroad Song, so you know how it goes. Railroad Song, you know how it goes. Let's examine that for 1 second. So the song's in G. And I'm playing it like it's an E. I'm not really going to a third there, I'm just, you know. So the only strings I'm worried about here, the only strings I'm dealing with here are... Do you hear how those two notes ring over on top of each other? That's what I'm talking about. That's what you gotta do on Railroad Song. The song calls for it. You can do it another way if you want. You'll get the notes. I mean, I can do the notes all day long, but why would you do that? It sounds like crap. So, I'm not gonna do the tutorial here. I'll put a link in the bottom, and I've already done it. But you know, I mean, you can play the notes, and this guy's like, I know how to play it perfectly. I play it like the record. Well, how do you play it like the record if you're not using a capo? There's no physical way. You don't have enough hands or fingers to do that. You'd have to have a finger laying it down for a capo. So you can do I can do the notes. Is that how you would do it without a capo? I guess those are the only two ways to do it. I guess that would be another way. But it doesn't sound as good, and it's not correct when it's not. And then you got you let those strings ring on top of each other. It sounds so good. Check it out. Michelle got me this cool capo. Is that awesome or what? I haven't tried Railroad Song with this, but you know, I can put the choppers right down there. Oh yeah, baby. He's eating my neck. I love that. I love it. I love it. Dun 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 dun. I think we're gonna need a bigger guitar. So that's most everything I've got on capos. If you got any questions about them or how to use them in different scenarios, leave me some comments below, and or if you use them in ways I haven't mentioned, you know, educate me. Let me know what you're doing out there. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video and you like what you see, I'm gonna have a lot more stuff coming out, so go ahead and hit subscribe, and I'll be coming out with more instructional stuff, general guitar tips, playing, the whole deal. So everybody stay safe, stay well. I'll see you soon. Hey, I forgot to tell you something very important. When you're putting your capo on your neck, it doesn't go in the middle between the frets. You're gonna go sharp, especially if you put it on electric. So you wanna be right on top, barely toward the headstock, or maybe right on top of the fret, like that. This, I have control of the tension, but the Kaisers, you know, the tension is what it is, and many times it's too heavy. So be careful with that.